We go now to the mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, who is making his first appearance on the show. Welcome to Face the Nation, Mr. Mayor. And I want to start with at the beginning here with that question about voter participation. You heard what Chris Christie said about Hillary Clinton. What's your reaction to that?
Well, John, first of all, congratulations to you. You're taking over one of the great shows in television history, so very, very happy for you. Look, I think what Governor Christie is saying distracts from the core point of the dialogue we have to have. We have a democracy problem in this country. We have declining voter turnout. Secretary Clinton put forward the notion that we need a national strategy to energize voting again, to get people involved, obviously to address the many efforts that have been made by Republicans to repress voter involvement. And I think Governor Christie should speak to the proposal rather than just attacking her personally.
Mr. Mayor, you talk about a national strategy, but then you single out Republicans. Hillary Clinton singled out Republicans. But New York City, a Democratic town, has very restrictive voting rules. Hillary Clinton didn't quite mention that. By making it so political, doesn't that just undermine her case?
No, I think she's saying the right thing because she's talking about a national vision. We have to get to early voting across the country. We have to simplify registration across the country. Obviously, get rid of these efforts to repress voter involvement. But I don't think New York City or New York State are doing well enough either. Our elections are governed by state law, and for a long time I've believed we need to make a fundamental series of reforms. Let's face it, historically a lot of people in the political class have tried to discourage voter involvement. A lot of incumbents prefer a very small electorate. And I think what Hillary Clinton is saying is it's time to do away with that status quo and actually get the entire American people back into our democratic process.
I'd like to talk to you, Mr. Mayor, about your effort to take the lead in shaping the conversation for your party and for the presidential election. You've got a 13-point plan, a progressive plan that includes things like raising the minimum wage, setting a minimum level for taxation for the wealthy. When you look at the Democratic candidates, which one most closely embodies the vision you'd like to see in a candidate?
Well, John, first of all, our progressive agenda, and you can see all the details at progressiveagenda.usa, it is predicated on the notion that the American people more and more are demanding solutions to the economic challenges we face. Let's face it, the Great Recession hasn't ended for so many Americans. In fact, over the last 25 years, the typical American family, when you adjust for inflation, has actually gone backwards economically. So we call for increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour nationally over the coming years. Things like paid sick leave and paid family leave for families, progressive taxation, raising taxes on the wealthy. I think these have become more and more the standard that the American people are demanding answers on. And you saw the CBS poll, of course, this week, which shows that more than ever the American people want real solutions to income inequality. As for the Democratic field, each of the candidates is beginning to address these issues. I'm waiting to hear a fuller vision from each on how we'll actually tackle income inequality.
Including from Hillary Clinton?
Absolutely.
On the question of income inequality, when I talk to some Democratic pollsters, they say when voters hear that, there are certainly some liberals and progressives who like hearing about that conversation, but other voters worry that when they hear income inequality, they think their taxes are going to go up.
You know, I find that, I've heard that, and I find it not disingenuous, that would be the wrong word. I find it narrow-minded. I think there's a lot of people, again, in the professional political class, consultants and pollsters, who have their own way of thinking, are actually not listening to what's happening on the ground to the American people. Why did this CBS poll show overwhelming concern this week all over the country? People saying, look, regular people can't get ahead any longer. The only folks who can do well are the wealthiest. You saw it so clearly in the poll, the feeling that the American dream has been profoundly watered down and that people can't make it to the middle class anymore. The poll that came out of Iowa, where caucus goers on the Democratic side were explicit about the fact that they want candidates to address income inequality. So I think what's happened in some of the inside the beltway thinking is they don't like the sound of that word, but in fact it gets to the heart of the matter. Right now, our economic system is not serving a huge percentage of our people. We should be blunt about it. We should be blunt about the fact we have the greatest income disparity since before the Great Depression. I actually think people want that truth-telling.